Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Championship Sunday here at UMG DC. TP joining me in the casting booth for the El Clasico of Call of Duty. We've got OpTic Gaming going up against Team EnVy. But before we get to that, there is something going on the Bravo station right now, which you need to open up another tab and you need to go to it, because right now I believe ISO is 5-2 up in a Game 5 Search and Destroy against FaZe. The reigning UMG champions could potentially be going home very, very soon. I mean, I'm going to be honest, we have a phone.
We're watching right now.
We're watching it too.
We're supposed to be getting ready for this OG versus EnVy, but this is pretty crazy. FaZe has won the last couple events. They are struggling right now. ISO's putting up such a strong fight. And it just seems like FaZe is trying to do their normal strategies. Teams have adapted to it. Zuma, I see him keep getting traded right away. He is so good at getting that first blood, but teams are starting to adapt, stack that certain side of the map, get him traded instantly, because Zuma's the factor on FaZe for S&D. If he's shut down, they're much less dynamic.
Well, my stream just froze on that one, so we can actually talk about OG versus EnVy. Kind of makes some sense. It's going to be a fantastic, fantastic game. Honestly, EnVy's Hardpoint has been just amazing. OpTic Gaming looked a little shaky in that one. In terms of Search and Destroy, we kind of looked at the series. We have the maps that we can kind of tell you. It's going to be Detroit Hardpoint. Yeah, I really think EnVy could take that. I think it is pretty tough. Riot, no, sorry, not Riot. Yeah, it is. Oh, no, it's not. I tell a lie. Recovery, Search and Destroy.
Sorry to interrupt. We heard the cheers over there. ISO had to have taken that. Wow, FaZe is out of the tournament.
FaZe is out. FaZe is out.
What is going on here, Ben?
Well,
what is going on?
There goes
you have to say that OG is now the favorite in the tournament. It's pretty clear-cut there. I think this is going to be the true test to see if OG really is still on top like they are. EnVy's been looking really strong, though. But like we said, the first map is Detroit.
Detroit Hardpoint,
Are the teams going to run a BAL? Is it going to be Formal versus Octane, or are they just going to go for 4 subs? Honestly, I would say if whoever's team BAL is doing worse, just pull out 4 subs, start flooding. I think that's the way you're going to need to win this map.
That makes sense.
Especially with how these teams are playing. You know, Formal can whip out that sub just like the rest of them. So if Octane's maybe getting the better hand on spawns and stuff like that, maybe just start flooding a little bit more.
Makes sense. Then Recovery, Search and Destroy, map number 2. That's going to be a good old-fashioned sniper fest.
Snipe battle.
I think it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be exciting.
Comeback Uplink, map number 3. Now, EnVy kind of came into this event with the kind of, I don't really know how to word it, but everyone just kind of assumed they were very good at Uplink.
Exactly.
They were just playing extremely well.
They've been good for so long on it, but recently,
that's
what I'm saying. They don't look as strong on comeback, especially. It used to be by far their best map, but lately they've been looking weak on it, and EnVy is an extremely strong uplink team, like you were saying before.
Then we go to a Solar Hardpoint if it goes to a Game 4.
I think OpTic has that in the bag.
Agreed. And a Biolab S&D, and that's the one that we both kind of looked at each other and went, who the hell knows?
Bio's tough. It's all about those defenses, and I think Formal likes to snipe a lot on that as well. So might be another sniper battle, but Bio is so clustery, you know what I mean? If you're going to that A-bomb, it's all about getting that first pick. Don't let him get that bomb down. See whose trophies pop first, give away position. Very, very little things can determine the rounds in a great way on that map.
Well, let's take a look at our 2 teams. We'll start off with OpTic Gaming. You know these guys very well.
What is Crim doing?
Crim, it's just Crim things, man. Like.
He gets weirder by the day, I swear.
Like, Formal just giving you that kind of death stare. Karma's just like, yo, sup. And Scump, I don't know what Scump is laughing at, but he just gets dead serious. That's, of course, OpTic Gaming. There you see them just in the firing range warming up. And, of course, Team EnVy. If you don't know who's on Team EnVy, we'll take a look at that. You should do by now. The only reason you wouldn't is if you live under a rock.
Right.
Of course, JCap, Call of Duty World Champion this year. Aqua, runner-up. Octane, and, of course, Looney. Octane, such a good year he's had. Just kind of broken out.
Definitely.
And putting up some big, big numbers. He's a key staple to this team.
I mean, the story for EnVy is they're all sort of come-up players this year besides JCap. He's been a staple in Call of Duty for so many years. But all these players are fairly new, and they keep getting these chances to sort of break up, and now they're playing the big, bad OpTic Gaming. We're going to see if they're going to be able to step up and prove themselves as legitimate top 3 team in the game.
How crazy would it be if we just sit back and think if we had 2 brand new teams in the grand final this event?
It's very,
possible.
very possible. We just saw ISO beat FaZe. I would have never bet against that match. So
I thought that was going to be swift.
You never know. It's just the same thing we see. A lot of Game 5s going on throughout this entire tournament, and that's just sort of determining what's going on, especially on a map like Bio. I think any team can beat any team on that map. It's all about catching those first bloods, timings on the bomb, getting them down, and guaranteeing you those rounds. But here we go, loading into first map, Detroit Hardpoint. Octane, we see him with the BAL. There's probably going to be a battle here at School Steps leading into it.
trying to spot out formally. We'll see him in the mid-street and wins the first gun engagement as Jacob. He picks up a nice two-piece and 4 players down. EnVy off to a pretty decent start.
Yeah, when you break out on a map, that's kind of exactly what you want to happen. Just kill them all. They're just racking up so much time. It's hard to get a lot of time on this map. Bad challenge there from JCap. Probably just could have just played time in that hill there. Trading going back and forth, but EnVy definitely getting the better hand of these trades. 30 seconds left, first hill.
A little bit of a gun engagement going over towards School. Aqua's going to win that one on Scump. And then you can expect to see him just kind of control this middle area. Of course, Karma is on the hill now for OpTic Gaming. Aqua pushes out. He will drop as well. Looney with a 3-1 start, but Octane 5-1, a 6-1. Explosive start from him.
Yeah, very, very good stuff from Octane so far. We see him roaming the same sort of area over and over again, letting his sub-players like Looney and Aqua be extremely aggressive, jump into the hill, and he picks up the rest at the middle street and School steps. But now we see the rotation going on. We see one player from EnVy at the back green. Huge win right here against Formal. Let's see if he can win it. Nice kill there, trying to get those spawns flipped. Looney with a big gunfight in hills, but Scump shuts him down, and that's what OpTic Gaming is so good at. They were in such a bad situation right there, but we're able to hold it off long enough, and they still have the good spawns.
Karma trying to push around the outside. He is going to have Aqua in his sights. Unfortunately for him, Aqua wins that gunfight. 3 players down once again. The score 42-13 and growing for Team EnVyUs. JCap currently in the hardpoint with his ace-M1. He's going to have to back away. Scumpy picks up Octane as well. JCap right now just trying to control that backside. They know players are going to be pushing. Formal comes in from the front, but EnVy just honestly just locking it down right now, team.
They're grouping up way better than OpTic right now. They seem to be keep getting it. As I say that, Krim just walks in and bops someone in the face as OpTic breaks from the front door. That's why they are so good. But overall, EnVy is trading better whenever they're weak. They're buying enough time for their teammates to get those trades in, not losing numbers, and just able to trade so effectively. It was interesting because OpTic had good spawns for the majority of that hill, but EnVy was doing well enough, getting those kills, staying alive long enough to trade that time, and the score differential, you'd have never known that OpTic had good spawns right there.
Right. And speaking of good spawns, Formal doing a good job of just trying to lock it down, but he has that gunfight with Octane, and he's going to win it. 14-7 immediately starts to try and push to control these spawns. He's going to have one more player. It's going to be Scumpy. I think his teammate's going to help him with that. Karma is on that ramp side. He's got a big fight to win, and unfortunately not going to be able to do it. Just like that, EnVy now controlling the back spawn.
Yeah, playing extremely well right now. We saw that sort of an over challenge from Formal right there. He's getting these nice big wins in the hill though, able to trade, and once again, EnVy was able to flip that back spawn right away, but OpTic's gun skill is good enough to just go in. Looney breaks it right away though. This is gonna be tough for OpTic. It looks like EnVy's gonna pull away a little bit, you would think, but you never know. OpTic keeps getting these bad spawns, is able to get 4 dead somehow over and over again and keep this game close. In my opinion, OpTic should be down even more points, but the gun skill is able to make up for it.
Octane on that hardpoint immediately goes up to his ace-M1, wins one. Can he find the second on the hill? Teammate cleans him up. I believe Looney's thinking about that next hard point already. There's going to be only 2 seconds of scrap time, so EnVy trying to push out, control this spawn. They know Scump is going to be pushing, and Aqua actually, oh, that's just such bad COD timing right there. So unfortunate. Played that really behind him. Aqua is basically pinned in a triangle of OpTic Gaming players, and Krim jumps straight onto the hill.
Yeah, kind of a poor play from Aqua right there. He was in such a good position. He had no teammates to help him. I don't really think it was a good decision to go out for no reason. He has no sort of support. He's the only one back there trying to hold the spawn. So a little bit weird play there. Krim, nice kills at that window right there, but it gets flanked from the window once again. EnVy able to break into the hill, and the game is extremely close. I think OpTic should be losing. EnVy seems to be playing the more methodical style, going for those spawns, getting those gunfights in the right areas. They're able to just flood in here though. OpTic spawning at the more favorable side of the map, but if you're able to just shoot them, funnel them in at that back door. Nice nades going in. And nice, another kill from Octane right there. We see Looney and Octane absolutely carrying the weight in the gun skill category right now. Karma struggling a little bit, but like we say, we always see Scump start to heat up in the second half. He's a little bit negative right now, but he's that type of player. Once he starts going on that rhythm, he's going to pick up, you know, a 6, 7, 8 streak. You never know with that guy. We're going to see what's going to happen. EnVy wins the rotation once again, and OpTic's all spawning at that back garage.
I think you kind of nailed it with the way that you were saying EnVy just playing this a little bit more methodical. You know, they're going for those rotations. They're sort of winning waves of kills on OpTic Gaming and just picking up a little bit more time. Although OpTic did bring it back, they had it tied. Now EnVy, though, starting to build that lead. Over 40 points, almost 50 points. Jacob's going to be on the hill at 9-14. Really hasn't had much to do when Looney and Octane are both plus 20 with one more hill to go, essentially, or at least half a hill. Now 126-70. OpTic just can't come close to this final hill team.
Yeah, and it's just looking bad right now. They're all just funneling through the little doorway. We're going to see probably a 3-piece coming up right here. Nades coming in, giving away their position. One guy dashes in, but JCap is there to just clean up. Scump is able to break it, though. It's really close, but Octane just seems to be always there to clean up those last couple of plays. With using the valve pretty much how you're supposed to, basically allowing your teammates to play aggressive as they want while you can just clean up all the scraps.
Karma will fall. He's definitely struggled in this first half. Look for him to just try and pick things up in the second half. One player who hasn't struggled at all, though, is going to be Looney. 24-11. Octane as well, 25-14. The combination between these two players is just absolutely unbelievable. How well kind of the synergy they have between each other really is extraordinary, and you've seen it so much here at UMG DC. EnVy's hardpoint has just been so strong as Looney looking to pick up a couple of kills on the hardpoint. Eventually falls Octane trying to trade them outside. He goes down as well.
Yeah, OpTic really needs to get some of this time here and make sure they get those spawns though. But once again, EnVy just playing way more confident. You see Looney in that middle hill right there, just constantly spraying the doorways. Once again, is able to pick it up again. Oh my gosh, Looney, every single time he sees a guy around the blue area, he is just shooting his entire clip, making sure he's at least making him weak while the rest of his teammates can at least trade. Once again, another kill at the blue window. I don't know why OpTic keeps trying to funnel one at a time. They are eventually able to break it, but look at the scoreboard. You're going one at a time. They're getting these kills too late, playing for scraps, don't have spawns. It's just looking pretty tough.
This green hill is going to be really big for OpTic Gaming. If they can control the spawns as well as they did last time in the first rotation, but actually control the hill, they could maybe chip away quite significantly at the lead EnVy has managed to build. And you see, just as I say that, kills go in favor of EnVy, and they just kind of stroll straight through them.
Yeah, exactly. OpTic seemed to have that set up. EnVy was just like, okay, we'll just group up, go middle street. Octane with another 3-piece just roaming these middle school steps. OpTic has no chance when he's just posted up in these power positions. They're just going one at a time, funneling through doorways every single gunfight. It's just looking very slow for them. Once again, Looney and Octane have not slowed down one bit. We saw Looney pick up at least 7 or 8 kills in that middle hard point. OpTic just going one at a time, trying to jump out that blue window, and they pay for it. The score is getting more and more out of OpTic's favor. It's looking pretty bad for them.
So when you're in a situation like this, and the game of Detroit Hardpoint is looking kind of out of control, how do you bring that back? We kind of talked in the commercial break about like 4 SMGs. Is that something which maybe OpTic should consider, or is it just just play a little bit more structured?
I feel like on the rotation, they're not going for the spawns quick enough or together enough. You see EnVy, once again, they're all at that back hotel already. Crim gets caught once again. They're just too late. EnVy gave up that scrap time at green, and that's Garage is how you win this map. You can be down however much. It's the same sort of thing as blue on Biolab. If you're able to hold this full 60, that score is back in your pretty much tied. Yeah. They were down 80 points. If you win Garage, there's only a 20-point gap. That's nothing at all. But you see EnVy once again trying to go back around this middle street. OpTic seems to be set up a little bit better for it. Formal is the last guy back here trying to hold them off. But once again, we see EnVy getting these spawns at hotel, setting up for next, and they're just playing so smart. They know they have the lead. They don't want to make any bad mistakes. They take their time, go 4 around, flood Formal, so he can't just funnel kills, and they're able to break it once again and rack up some of this scrap.
Karma and Scumpy need to go big here. They are able to trade those kills. Karma with a big 2-piece, looking for the third. Can he get it? No, he's going to fall. Scumpy on the hill, though. He manages to pick it up, so 7 seconds of scrap time will go in OpTic's favor. Now it is all about how quick can OpTic break into the second to last hill. Karma, he's had a pretty bad game. It's been pretty slow. Needed to make the big play there and able to do so. Now it's over to Crim6. He falls. Formal, though, coming in from the back. Picks up one. Can't find anyone else. The trade's just so good from Team EnVy's right now, Team.
Yeah, exactly. They are just always seem to be the first ones in. Karma making some plays, though, breaking in through that window. EnVy trying to flood in front. Karma starting to heat up. Not looking too good on the scoreboard right now, but he is clutching up for his team, able to break through that huge 2-piece, getting them out of that window room, and now EnVy spawning so far. This game was completely out of OpTic's favor. EnVy was set up initially for this hill. Karma breaks in, gets that 2-piece. He only has 19 kills, but those 2 kills are extremely important, and now the score is about to be in OpTic's lead for the first time.
OpTic Gaming making the comeback right now. Crim's going to fall, and as you kind of said, Karma on the scoreboard doesn't look like he's done anything, but those 2 kills he got has brought OpTic back into the game. He's currently on a 4 streak. Formal slaying around the outside of the hill. They have picked up pretty much every second, but the game is by no means over. It's a very small lead that OpTic have developed. EnVy not panicking. They've gone back to what was working at the beginning of the game, that early rotation, and now they just need to try and slay as many waves as OpTic Gaming as they possibly can. It sounds easy, but it definitely is not an easy task.
See Karma with some crazy movement there at middle street. Octane once again, huge 3-piece from him. Absolutely snaps on Formal, and now he needs to pick up some kills there. Nice gunfight from Crim. The score is within 10 points. EnVy is in control right now. JCap trying to win these gunfights to fire. Huge. Almost gets the 2-piece, but EnVy breaks once again. OpTic needs to settle down and get an intro kill. If they need to break, go around pit, fire window, hit multiple areas at the same time. Karma's trying to make that happen. Huge win from Karma. 2-piece once again to almost break.
Oh my lord.
Octane's clutching up once again. 1v1. Formal is in. He's trying to get this time back. I don't think there's enough. All that needs to happen is contesting. Karma once again again, trying to break in, but it's just a little bit too close. I can't
6 seconds, 4 seconds. Oh my
God! And I think that
Connor.
contest was just enough. OpTic barely going to lose. Wow.
Oh, such a close ending, team.
That game should have not been close at all. OpTic was not playing for spawns at the beginning of all. Almost make that comeback on Hotel. Karma starts to heat up, but it's just a little bit too late. He was double negative, but in that last 40-something seconds, he got like 8 kills. It just wasn't enough.
Octane drops 49
getting
kills.
3 pieces on rotation every single time, and that's why EnVy was able to get that intro time. Absolutely crazy map.
That was...
Wow. I'm tired of... Wow.
That was insane. That's the quality of game that you want to see when OpTic play Team EnVy. It's a historical game, and that did not disappoint. Wow. Goes all the way to the final couple of seconds. The contention so big from Team EnVy is they're going to go 1-0 up in the series. Now the question is, can OpTic bounce back? We head over to a recovery, search and destroy team. It's going to be a great, great game, that's for sure. Find out what happens on the other side of this commercial break.